Stacy McCauley with InspiredHygiene.com, and I'm excited to bring to you this week's Rockstar Trait. Rockstar Trait number 7. Rockstar hygienists are excellent communicators. When Rachel and I travel across the country working with our private coaching clients, we are so privileged to work with some of the most incredible communicators, and we learn so much from listening to how they interact with their patients. I'm going to be talking with you today about just 3 of some of the Rockstar communication traits that we uncover. Rockstar trait number 1 is Rockstar hygienists always connect with their patients before any clinical conversation begins. And this is especially true if we're talking about a new patient. So, for example, if a new patient comes into the office and sees your hygienist, a Rockstar hygienist is going to purposefully ask some questions to uncover things where they might be able to develop a connection with the patient. So let's say we have a new patient, her name's Mary. The hygienist would say, well, Mary, I'm noticing on your new patient form you live on Norcross Road. My little girl's babysitter lives on Norcross Road. Do you by chance know the Johnson family? This is a way for the hygienist to start to develop that relatability with the patient. That's one of the big traits that we see in Rockstar hygienists. And the hygienist will go forward, and we recommend trying to establish at least 3 of these personal connections before any type of clinical conversation begins. It helps you start to develop that know, like, and trust factor right off the bat, and that's so important. Rockstar hygienists, the second trait for great communication, Rockstar hygienists are excellent listeners. I think a lot of us pride ourselves on being good communicators because we like to talk, but sometimes that's not the way for us to actually engage with the patient in the best fashion. So Rockstar hygienists listen. They also ask very open-ended questions so that it allows for the patient to really fill in some of the blanks. So if we ask an open-ended question and the patient gives us a response, it's also really important to reflectively listen. So for example, recently there was a patient interaction with Joe, and Joe said, you know what? It seems like every time I come in here, I come in every 6 months, and every time I come in here, you guys are telling me I need to have more work done. I'm so frustrated. I brush, I floss. I'm almost to the point where I've had it. It doesn't seem like what I'm doing at home is helping. So when I reflectively listened, I said, Joe, I can only understand how frustrating this must feel to you. The good thing is you are doing a great job with your home care. I've noticed a big improvement in your gum health, so I want you to keep up the good work. Joe, one of the things that's happening with you is you have so many fillings that were placed as a kid, and ultimately what ends up happening is the fillings start to break down. So I don't want you to get discouraged. You're doing a wonderful job with your brushing and flossing, and that's improving your gum health, but we still need to address the restorative. So that's a way for us to acknowledge the patient's concern. Now, the third Rockstar trait is one that I think is so important. Rockstar hygienists communicate very concisely, and they don't use ambiguous terms. So the Rockstar hygienist wouldn't say, I see some bleeding today. The Rockstar hygienist would say, Kyle, you have moderate bleeding around all 4 molar regions, and I'm very concerned with how your tissue is responding today. That's very clear. If you just said, Kyle, your tissue's bleeding, he has no idea if that's good, bad, or really bad. So be very precise and don't have ambiguous terminology. So if any of you are really inspired by this idea of stepping up your Rockstar communication game, join us in our mastermind group. This is a monthly group where we bring in guest speakers and specialists in areas both clinical and topics like communication. The other nice piece of the mastermind group is you have monthly focused coaching time with us at Inspired Hygiene. So bring us your most difficult conversations with patients. Bring us your biggest challenges with communication, and we will sit down with you on the phone and we will help you script in your mind and get it out on paper some really great rockstar ways that you can communicate things more effectively with your patients. The web address is www.inspiredhygiene.com/mastermind. Thank you so much for your time, and we look forward to seeing you again next week. Thank you. Rock on.